tonight we're going to be doing some more ranked rivals drafting. Just waiting on Discord to go. Cool, let's crack on. So, this pack, we've got Nezahal, which is an expensive win condition. Tends to be pretty good though. Reaver Ambush is probably my preferred card in this pack, just because the Exile is can be relevant against some of the weaker dinosaur cards. Luminous Bond's really nice to be able to get your Ascend stuff going. The rest of the pack's pretty weak. I think it's just between these two cards. It's just a personal preference, I think. I think the cards are pretty similar. Think I'm leaning toward Reaver Ambush. There's another Luminous Bonds effect in the third pack that you can take, which is pretty similar, so I would rather take the more unique effect. The Exile is different to the other one in pack 3, so... Kitesail Corsair I think is the best card in this pack. Just an aggressive 2-drop that has evasion, so it's a nice one, especially if you end up being blue-black pirates. Waternaut's a really nice card for Ascend. It's another removal spell. I think it's the strongest card in the pack. Been a couple Silvergill Adepts, but tend to avoid being Merfolk, as we've discussed on multiple other occasions. This pack's quite weak. I think it's probably Pirate's Pillage here. I don't really like Slaughter of the Pack. Strength of the Pack, sorry. The rest of the cards are pretty poor. I'm just going to go with Pillage and Hedge. There's another Pillage. A Dreadmaw. Not a whole lot of anything else. Just take another Pillage. I don't mind having access to Pillages. Like, they're reasonable cards. I'm going to take Crashing Tide. Definitely think we're going to try and be base blue regardless, so I'm take a Corsair. Corsair's fine. Spirewinder's a nice payoff for what we're trying to do. Freebooter's fine as well. Secrets is a nice payoff. The Raptor's fine. Looming Barrier's okay. Raptor. Cleansing Ray. So we kind of got a plan here. We just kind of want to be a blue-red kind of mid-range deck. Trying to Ascend, trying to have some Ascend payoffs. As we already got a Spirewinder and Secrets, so just trying to get our permanent count up so that we can do that as best as we can. Let's just move some stuff about. Twitch keeps moving around all of my my panels on my controls, so it's quite annoying. This pack, we've got Premium 2-drop in Corsair, we've got Secondary 2-drop in Trailblazer, and we've got a Spirewinder as a payoff card. Crashing Tide and Hornswoggle are both okay. I'm just going to take another Corsair. Premium 2-drop just allows us to keep pushing through damage. I'm going to pick the Trailblazer here, just want another 2-drop. The other red cards aren't great, and there's not a black card that makes me want to play black. Another Secrets here is great, another payoff card. Deadeye Rig Hauler is nice tempo card. Potentially means we can be slightly more aggressive at times as well. I like Sea Red with the number of 2-drops we've got so far. So that one's fine. None of these cards are going to make the cut, so they can all go away. None of these cards will make the cut either. Let's just take a Baffling End. Or these, I'll just take a Stone Quarry just in case we see something white we want to splash. Take an Amulet for the same reason. Don't really think I'm going to be playing Hornswoggle, so. And just tidy up the rest of this pack. Bravado's a really nice pickup there. So this is looking fine. We just kind of want another couple of bigger cards to be able to push over the top. And we've got a Rowdy Crew here. Rowdy Crew's excellent. So it's always going to be able to draw 3, discard 2. So it's always at card parity. It's a 4 mana 3/3, and occasionally it's a 4 mana 5/5, which is just large. So we really like Rowdy Crew. Sailor of Means would be good as well. So would Cutlass. But Rowdy Crew is just a very, very good card. This one's quite awkward. I think it's potentially just Swashbuckling. We don't have too many non-creatures here, so Swashbuckling's probably fine with the number of cheap cards we've got. River's Rebuke is a disgusting card. So we'll take that one. Air Elemental. Nest Robber's probably okay. Sailor of Mean's pretty good. Don't really like any of these. I'll just put a Quartermaster on the board just in case we pick up a reasonable thing to be able to tutor up. Headwater Sentries is okay, but I'd really rather anything else. Would like something slightly more aggressive if possible. That's probably even better. Siren's Ruse is probably the best one of the lot there, actually. See what our creature count is at. Okay, so we're at 12 creatures, 11 non-creatures, so we're kind of a creature shy. Probably don't want the Swashbuckling. Guess we're just playing the Suncrowned Hunter. Not super excited about it, but the rest of this is pretty good, so gives us a better ratio of creatures, non-creatures. These pillages are going to help us churn through cards as well, so let's see how we get on. Streamlabs bot finally responded and pushed out a notification, so that's good. But now we'll see how our numbers go tonight. This might just be like 1 or 2 drafts. Just need to try and get people in. So yeah, we'll see how numbers go. This hand's fine. It's a little bit slow, but Waterknot's good removal, and then Freebooter's a nice follow-up to that, and then eventually a Spirewinder to be able to go over the top and have an Ascend payoff. Aspirin's quite an awkward one, just because it's going to hit us for a little bit of damage, but just know what we've got to do now, so... I'm not going to waste any of these cards here. I'm just going to wait and play the Freebooter next turn. And make the block on that guy. Now, they obviously didn't play any 2-drops there, so don't feel like I'm obliged to deal with any of their stuff yet. And also, this making a treasure just is pretty good for us. So this is a little bit laggy. What are we looking at here? Is it me or is it them? It's my CPU. I think it's my Chrome. Might just kick my Chrome. I'm happy enough to block here. Yeah, I'm quite happy to make this trade. Works out fine. Like, yes, they get a treasure, but just trading off cards is fine. Like, obviously they've managed to get slightly ahead on tempo, just with the spells they've played. So just trying to make sure we don't fall over. Firefleet Interloper. Sure thing. Let's see how we get rid of that. Luminous Bonds. That's not the end of the world for us. Their guy's a 3/3. Our guy's bigger. We're going to have to spend a turn to Luminous Bonds this as well, so... Okay, no, they're still looking for lands, so... That works out quite nicely. We get to water not that thing, so... Just you stay down. Play a Sun-Colored Raptor. Don't think it's worth attacking here. Just want to make sure that we're 100% stable before we start doing stuff. Like, the way we lose this game is just by them having a couple of decent draws, being able to kill our stuff and push through damage. So, certainly with the amount of draw spells in hand, just want to make sure that we'll live long enough to cast everything. I think I'm happy enough just to block with the Sun-Colored Raptor here. I don't want to get the Spirewinder involved in blocks if they're going to make this attack. I'm fine trading any trick for this, so... Okay, that works for me. Okay, Pirates, Pillage, discard an island. Kind of expecting a Divine Verdict here. Yeah, that's fine. We've already ascended, so I'm just going to spend the rest of this turn just drawing cards. Then we've got Air Elemental to be able to follow up with a Sailor, and then Rigcaller to tempo them out of the game, so... Yeah, between Crashing Tide, Rigcaller, we should be able to tempo them out pretty nicely. No blocks. Sure. We'll Rigcaller this Air Elemental back to our hand and recast it. Just to get some extra tempo. Again, just not blocking. Don't need to like lose to like some kind of moment of triumph type trick. Sanctum Seeker. That's not doing a whole lot on this board. Well, let's bounce that one so they can't drain us at all. Get an extra card. Secrets is a great draw. Let's draw another 3. Pirates Pillage is a good draw too. Attack you for 8. Play another play a Corsair. And I'm just going to play out this Trailblazer as well, actually. There's no point not. Then we've got a Pillage, so we can discard this other land. So we've got, 10, 11 lands. So there's 6 lands in 15 cards. And we get to Pillage one away. Okay, this is even better. So they don't get to attack with that guy this turn. We'll Pillage away one of these lands. Let's see what we find. Find the Rowdy Crew. Okay, that works fine. Let's cast Sea Red on the Rigcaller, I guess. Let's just get you for 7. don't have anything left to need to hold lands for, so may as well play that out. Gonna need to kill this rig hauler. Sure. It's kind of awkward because obviously this this thing's just going to be able to keep getting in the way of the rig hauler, but basically I have to attack with everything here, so and this way it makes them take 6, they go to 2. I get to put another 3/3. You've got your Sanctum Seeker, so you've got another blocker, but at the moment you're dead to the board, so you need another thing. You've got a Cutthroat, so you're not strictly speaking dead on board, but you're not far off. Let's just make you pick up all your things. Please go away. Who knew? Having a Wrath is excellent. Excellent start. Evening, Stuart. How are you today? This one's slightly awkward just purely because we've not got a red source, but it's still a keep, I think. See how this one goes. That sounds like fun. We ended up going to see Captain Marvel today, which was excellent. Definitely recommend going to see that one. And then we've spent most of the day. We ended up ordering a new bed, and just pottering about the house, trying to tidy up the spare bedroom so we can actually fit the new bed in there. So, been quite a busy day, especially with us going away on Monday morning as well. So. I'm happy to just trade off this Raptor for one of these tokens, and then I'm just going to rig hauler one of them anyway, so if they wanted to double block, I was just going to let that happen. I get to just straight up kill a token here by using the rig hauler, so I think this is fine. Them playing Archer Veraska makes me think they've not got too many more lands, so I'm potentially going to need to crack this amulet to try and find lands, which means they're not using all of their mana, so... We'll see what they've got. That's an interesting way to tap for that, but assuming it's not going to matter too much. Find a swamp, sure. Come on, opponent, what you got? It smells like a moment of craving. Oh wow, we're just drawing cards. That's good for us. Whack. Play Spirewinder up to 8 permanents. So if we draw a land, we can ascend. Got this Bravado as well, which can sneak in some damage with his Rig Hauler. Or potentially just make this First Strike and Trample, which would be relevant as well. He's walking the plank. You got it. Conquistador. Sure. How many Conquistadors do you have? Okay, so you still could have more. You wouldn't necessarily do that. River's Rebuke is going to be a great draw. I think I'm happy enough just playing Waterknot to tap down this Conquistador. Am I? That's maybe not true. Let's just draw 2 cards and see where we get to. Let's pop Sea Red on the Raptor and let's just jam in. Dropping some frames. Must be my internet tonight. Not quite as efficient as it has been, but yeah, I'm not too concerned about the Conquistadors really. It was more just what we're expecting from them. So they're going to go up to 9 here. This River's Rebuke will win the game for us at some point in time, so I'm not too concerned. Just really need to push them down so that these creatures are lethal through the Rebuke. So once I Rebuke and bounce all their stuff, that they just die to my attackers. And we're not far away from that point, so yeah, I'm expecting him to have more than that, so I don't think it matters too much though. We're in a reasonable spot here. Doesn't look like they've got a land, otherwise they'd probably just play double Conquistador, so Vraska's Contempt on my Sun-Colored Raptor, sure. Let's pillage, discarding a land. It's not the biggest issue for them to do that. If they keep drawing all their cards, like you're okay with discard, like especially in his position where he wants more lands. If he draws more Conquistadors out of his deck, then just discards them. It means that the chances of him drawing a land are increased because the number of non-lands in his deck is reduced. So it is sometimes relevant just to take them all to be able to do that. I'm not necessarily saying that's why he's done it this way this specific time, but that's usually why you would try and do something like that. Just to be able to try and help yourself thin if you wanted to pick up more. So if you had like 7 copies like I did in the deck the other night, oh, this River's Rebuke is going to be amazing. All of your stuff, pick it up. So now they don't have the Blood Fast. These Conquistadors are all in his hand. If he doesn't draw a land, he's not going to be able to do anything. Okay, so he's got a land, so at least he can cast double Conquistador, but we've got the flyer, so in really good shape. Queen's Agent's fine, we get to Waterknot that. We've got another Queen's Agent, that's not relevant either. And he's just going to start discarding Conquistadors to hand size. Nest Robber, does that put us to lethal? No, but it means this Spirewinder is lethal next turn, which is relevant, so out you come, little dinosaur that could. Just going to save this Bravado just so we can first strike in case they have any shenanigans. but they need to kill the Spirewinder. I mean, their removal's been pretty premium here. I mean, they've had Walk the Plank and Vascular Contempt. They've got Queen's Commission, Called to the Feast to make creatures, so their deck seems pretty good. I think we've just... obviously, River's Rebuke is a very, very good card against tokens decks. Okay, good game. Hey, you drew a land. Let's cast our bomb just because we can. Just to let him know it was there, more than anything else. Fly in for 3, kill you. We're climbing up. We are climbing up. Slowly but surely we are doing it. Is that actually working? That doesn't seem to be working. Oh, what's going on there? Okay, that is working. Sure, never mind. Thought the chat wasn't working. I hadn't seen any of the message come up, but I hadn't been looking particularly closely. But so we're 2-0 at the moment, which is awesome. We're aiming to get as many wins as we can. See if we can't rank up a couple of times tonight. At the moment, we're sitting in Diamond 4, and we leveled up on the last stream. So yeah, we're just looking to try and branch our way up toward Mythic and Limited. I really enjoy this Rivals draft format, so got no issues with playing quite a lot of it. So we're just gonna keep doing this as much as we can. This hand's similarly awkward to some of the last ones, but we've got red creatures, so this one's fine. Obviously, mono red and draw a double blue spell, but we don't tend to cast this till we ascend anyway, so that's fine. Okay, that at least gives us the for you whack. This is at least going to give us a treasure to be able to get closer to casting things. Get that free point of damage in, play a freebooter, get our treasure on. Dusk Charger is a good one. Find an island. I think we're just supposed to attack with a Sun-Collared Raptor and see what they do. Happy enough to make this exchange. Yeah, that's fine. Dealt 6 damage, which is a significant amount for my 2-drops, so can't complain too much. Gonna hold on to the spells just now. Want to see if I can find another blue source so we can don't have to sack the treasure, so we can try and ascend. I'm gonna block here because it's just gonna be some kind of raid spell. Blue-black doesn't have too many tricks to be able to do anything there. Yeah, that's fine. So we're just gonna discard this mountain. Don't really care about it, so. Dinosaur Hunter, sure. So all their stuff's quite small. Play out a Corsair. Really just looking for more blue sources so we can start casting our spells. No attacks there. Just kind of get to play this awkward draw go kind of game. I've got obviously some interaction when I need to, when I haven't needed to. So they ascend with this harpy. Hopefully they start attacking with stuff, and then we can bounce the harpy. They might try and push some damage in. What are we at? 5, 6, 7. So 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're going to cast Air Elemental here. Which is obviously bigger than their harpy. So if they don't have a removal spell, we're in good shape. You can cast Secrets next turn to draw some cards. Make sure that we are online with that. Just kind of want to wait until we ascend to do this. I don't think we need to be hasty with it. We're kind of at board parity, and they're down to 1 card, and we've got a draw 3 and a tempo spell to be able to bounce this harpy and then draw another card. So I think we're in pretty good shape. Depends what kind of expensive spells they've got. If they've got a good follow up here or a removal spell for this, then that's not great for us. Them having a draw 3 is real good for them. As long as they don't have a removal spell for this Air Elemental, we're still in pretty good shape though. Right, so that's us. We've ascended, so let's cast Secrets. We draw lots of cards. Cast a Spirewinder. I'm just going to attack with this Air Elemental. Because attacking with that there means that we can potentially win with this River's Rebuke if they tap out. So we've got enough damage to be able to kill them with River's Rebuke. So, just for the record, this is one of the most dumb cards in this limited format. To be fair, there are a lot of dumb rares in this limited format. Okay, well, they didn't do anything. I think I'm still just supposed to rebuke them and see what they do. Pick up all your stuff. Kill that guy. Go to 2. Sure. I guess you have a lot of mana, but you've got 1 flyer in your hand that we know of. I'm going to have 2, so they're both lethal, so they're going to need something. Gonna need something else. That doesn't do anything. That doesn't do anything. Okay, good. Sweet, we're 3-0. Up to Platinum 3. Bag full of coins. Feel like a pirate tonight. Absolutely wonderful. Thanks everyone for hanging out tonight. Not sure how long we'll be live tonight, but certainly do this draft. We might do another one. We'll see if numbers pick up. If numbers pick up, we'll probably do another one. Otherwise, we'll probably just do this one. And then try and do another one tomorrow morning, potentially. Last Sunday morning was quite good for numbers. So probably want to try and hit that market again, seeing as I'm away Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday as well. So 32 planeswalkers. 32 planeswalkers. It depends on what they're doing with them. Obviously we don't really know any of the details yet, so I think it's going to be absolutely abysmal for any kind of limited or basically anything. Like especially if they're printing one of each planeswalker, it's going to make standard really bad because it means every deck's going to be able to play a planeswalker, and when that's been the case before, it's meant that games have been pretty awkward. It means they have to print better removal to deal with planeswalkers. Yeah, it just kind of makes the format really awkward, which I don't really enjoy. But I'm more than happy to be proven wrong with that. So yeah, we'll see what happens with it. But I'm not expecting anything from it. So I'm going to block this hexproof token because I think that's about as much value as I can get out of this nest robber now. So we got a River Herald's Boon, then fine, but I'd rather just try and make this trade now. We obviously got a chunk of creatures to be able to try and stabilize. Freebooter is going to be reasonable. Rowdy Crews can be big. Yeah, we'll see what attacks they make. See what we're having to try and do. Jade Guardian. Okay, so you're making a Jungle Pioneer a 5/5. So that thing's just getting out of hand. So as much as it's kind of awkward to bounce it, I'm just going to attack with this freebooter and I'm going to send it away with this Rig Hauler. They get 1/1 again, but having all their creatures being small is just so much better for us than them having any kind of sizable creatures. So that one can go away. Means that we then get reasonable blocks on stuff here. The freebooter is going to untap, and then we've got even better blocks on stuff. So more than happy just to kind of keep the board clear as best as we can. Our focus, we've discussed before, is all about synergies. So the less cards they have, the better. That's why it's kind of awkward giving them this Jungleborn Pioneer back, but it's like taking 2 damage off the table. So at that point, it's fine. Pirates Pillage. Let's discard a mountain. See if we can't hit a land as well as that. So that means we can cast this Air Elemental. Let's just jam that boy into play. I want to try and get the quality cards out of my hand before I Rowdy Crew. So I don't really want to discard this because it's like the best finisher in my deck. And I don't really want to discard the Water Knot because it's one of the better cards in my deck. So just trying to make sure that we use up all of the good spells so that we try and reduce the chance of losing our quality spells. We don't have too many in this deck, so just want to make sure that we're actually trying to maintain our card quality as much as we can. I'm going to cast the Rowdy Crew here first. And if we keep the Corsair, we'll cast the Corsair. But I would rather have the odds of keeping Water Knot higher. We'll see what we draw and discard here. Obviously discard those, but that's fine. We'll get to potentially get to Siren's Ruse, which will cycle, and we get to do this again potentially, which would be quite cool. Or they just have nothing and we win, which is cool. Works for me. Cool. So we are 4-0 in this draft. So let's go again. So what do you guys think about the spoiler so far? There's going to be 36 Planeswalkers in War of the Spark. And there's going to be one in every pack. Think they're going to have to just remove. They can't be unlimited, or they're either going to have to be awful, or they're just not going to be able to be unlimited. Or they're just going to entirely like reprint a bunch of Planeswalkers, and they're all going to deplete in value because of that. Sun-Colored Raptor's a good draw here. Means we get to be slightly aggressive with this guy. Jade Beta is a 1/1, sure. Seeing as we haven't got anything else, we do just get to punch in with this for 4. Get to play Spirewinder next turn, but we get to smash for 4 just now, which is fine. Not the end of the world by any stretch. It's a good thing about this, it just always pushes through damage, so. Take our 1. Spirewinder. do always have to be careful of River Herald's Boon. Card is excellent value, just be able to tempo us out. By doing that, Hunt the Weak's a good one for them too. Our hand is super awkward, so let's just pump with this and smash. Super awkward. Close to the point where I just kind of want the Siren's Rouge just to kill this, but at the same time, that's just not a winning line at all. Okay, that sounds like that smells like the flyer. So I'm just going to cast Sun-Crowned Hunters, and we're going to hope to draw an island so we can water knot the flyer. A 5 mana 3/3 flash flyer is what I'm expecting. So potentially should have still attacked with the Sun-Colored Raptor, because they weren't going to block with that anyway, getting a point of damage. But I think we're going to have to block on the ground here. So yikes. Well, they're going to have to block here, so... maybe they don't block. So we push in 1 point of damage here. So they're on 6. So hopefully we get them with the Sun-Crowned Hunters and the Siren's Rouge here. If they have nothing, I think we'll get this. Okay, draw 2, draw 3. Flicker this. Block this one. I got a 1, you got a 3. Have you got a bounce spell? Need a bounce spell. Not got the instant speed one because... oh, yes! Yes. They couldn't have the instant speed one because of the way that they didn't have a response to Siren's Rouge. They could have had the raid one, but obviously they didn't. So 5-0, onwards. Let's try and get the trophy. Let's try and get a trophy. You've always just got to try and find the lines that allow you to win, even if they have like a high percentage to win the game. You just have to find that one line that helps you get there. That one wasn't necessarily the most obvious line, but it is one that you do occasionally have to find and go with. So yeah, flickering the guy to be able to block, to be able to deal enough damage. So be it. Oh, we're against someone in Mythic. So unfair. This hand seems great. Corsair is going to deal all the damage. It's kind of awkward drawing Nest Robber there. Nest Robber is really awkward against these white decks because they tend to have vampire tokens. Or Sailor of Means if they end up being blue. Get the red-white. With a Raptor Companion, sure. We're just going to smash. We've got enough stuff going on that I'm definitely just trying to kill them as quickly as possible. 3/3 of Doom that can't block. Gonna cast Pillage, discard an island, and cast this Corsair this turn. See if we can't find some more gas. So we have, like, this is basically lethal next turn, so they need something. So we get to put Sea Red on the Corsair, which makes it 4. Bravado's going to make it 5, which double strikes to 10. So we're lethal in the air with just these 2 Corsairs. So they're going to need something, so we're not blocking here. Yep, you've got a 2/2 on the ground. Please tap out. Wonderful. Beautiful. Yep. Smoosh. Smoosh, smoosh, smoosh. That was the turn 5 kill in Limited, just for the record. When I said that Corsair was going to deal all the damage, I didn't think it was going to be that much damage, but yeah, it kind of worked out well like that, so. Onwards, we've got three games to win a game and get the trophy, so hopefully we can do that. That would be awesome. Thanks everybody for hanging out. If you haven't already followed me, we would greatly appreciate it. Trying to get up as many followers, many subscribers as possible. Just trying to keep growing people that are watching. If you don't like what you're watching, let me know why. Always interested to hear people's feedback as to what I can improve on. Still learning. Obviously, only been doing this a couple of months, but yeah, it's certainly been going pretty well. So just want to make sure I can keep moving up in the right direction. This one's reasonable. River's Rebuke's obviously a very good top end, but Raptor and Rowdy Crew should be able to hold us up in the middle game. Rig Hauler's a good draw as well. Second Island's an excellent draw. This Raptor's going to be able to push in damage next turn if we don't draw a 3. Yeah, that's fine. So we actually get to push in damage here, which is excellent for us. Smush. Pounce, sure. Don't care too much about that. Just going to play out this Rowdy Crew. Obviously we've got some very, very good cards in our hand, but don't really have a whole lot going on. Obviously discard the Rebuke. Obviously. No box. I'd really like this to discard 2 the same, even if it was like the Rebuke and the Pillage. That one's annoying. Hopefully they don't block. And we can just Rig Hauler. Buy ourselves a little bit of time. And you get to play the Hunters down next turn. Right, so what is the line? Are we supposed to play Pillage? I think we're maybe just supposed to play Pillage. Not tapping like that though. Come on, Arena. Let's just leave up one of each colour whenever I try and cast a spell. That would be wonderful. Crashing Tide's interesting. Do I want to try and leverage that? I think I do. Just think I want to try and be aggressive. Just hit them for 6. Sailor of Means is a wonderful draw. Because it just blocks this Tuscadon, doesn't take any damage. And it blocks the Brontodon, so. So I'm going to go to 8 here. They've got this Tuscadon again, which is fine. It's not really doing anything. Gleaming Barrier, that's kind of annoying. So I go to 8. Play a land, we play a sailor, we play a Spirewinder. I don't want to play the Nest Robber yet. I want to hold on to that, try and make some decent blocks here, and then see where we get to next turn. If they got a Hunt the Week here, it's kind of awkward, but anything but that, and I think we're in reasonable shape. Crushing Canopy. Yikes. Okay, they didn't have anything there, so let's start by drawing 3. Right, are we just going to try and kill them? So Rowdy Crew, 6. Yeah, so if they block... no, they've got the Brontodon as well. Makes it 4, makes it... math. Let's just play the Hunters. Trophy hunting for sure. This buy is going to be reasonable, like just being able to try and push them low enough. Okay, that one's kind of annoying. But by kind of, I mean only just kind of. Okay, so they can't interact with this Sea Red on the Rowdy Crew this turn, so... think I just get to kill them. Math is for blockers. Sweet. This pirate's got double strike, kill you. Whee! Trophy! Woo! Wonderful. Yas. We got a rare as a reward for that. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Awesome. Cool, so let's crack a couple of packs, see what we get out of those, and then we'll go on to another draft. Thanks everybody for hanging out tonight. Witnessed the beautiful 7-0 draft there, which was pretty good. Cool, nothing massively interesting there. Nearly at second vault. Rivals draft, let's do it. And I've got enough to use coins, even better. Cool, so let's talk through it. We've got a few more people in chat, so let's go through the normal process. You can use Deckmaster on your screen. You can click on the card you want to vote for, and we'll discuss the cards that are voted. And we'll go through everything. This pack's got, I think, two or three reasonable choices. The uncommons and the rare aren't massively interesting, so I know what my preference is, but give people a few seconds to vote for what they reckon. We can discuss the options. Don't want to influence anything too much. until people have had an opportunity to vote. Yeah, Deckmaster can be a little bit wonky. It looks a little bit wonky to me as well. I think the one card's missing. I'm not sure which one is missing. It's the Foul Orchard. The Foul Orchard's causing it to go slightly off. I hate when Deckmaster does this. Yeah, Deckmaster does this sometimes with these lands that have been reprinted at common. It doesn't pick them up properly and puts them in random places in the pack and offsets everything else. So whenever there's that, it's kind of awkward. For me, the 2 or 3 picks are between Moment of Craving, Bombard, and Charging Tuscadon. Of which Tuscadon I think is fine, but my preferences tend not to be tends not to be great. Tend not to want to be red. Would rather be black, blue, or white. So Bombard, same reason. It's a very good removal spell, but preference is to be white, black, or blue. So my preference is Moment of Craving, just purely because it's in the color that I want to be in. That's strange. I'll give Deckmaster a kick and see if it does anything better. I know it certainly struggles with these lands. See how it gets on. So yeah, I would pick Moment of Craving there just purely because of color preference. I think it's very close between that and Bombard, and I think the Tuscadon is the third pick. Yeah, I just think that the black cards tend to be slightly lean me further into that. Moment of Craving kills so much early, just lets you apply pressure just by killing their stuff. So. Right, that's Deckmaster rebooted. There's another land in this pack, so expecting it to go wonky here as well. This pack, I think, again, it's similar kind of discussion as before. It's kind of leaning to color preference more than anything else because the cards are pretty close. This one's got Spirewinder and Kitesail Corsair, and it's got the Swashbuckler. So if I'd picked the red card, so if I'd picked the Bombard in pack 1, I'd probably lean toward Swashbuckler just to try and cut the color. Because I've picked Moment of Craving, there's not a black card that I would be picking early in this one. So I'm just going to pick the Corsair. I think as we saw in the last draft, Corsair is an excellent card. Really, really nice aggressive card that churns in for a chunk of damage. So yeah, we'll go with the Corsair. As I say, blue-black is my preferred color pair. Not opposed to being any kind of blue or black combination, but that is my preference. This pack we've got Kitesail Corsair and Stormfleet Sprinter. The Sprinter is a very, very good card. There's another land in this pack, so it's messed up on this pack as well. So I would play 23 Corsairs and 17 Islands and just not worry about them having the Golden Demise. I think my preference here is to pick another Corsair, just to keep the 2-drops are so premium. There are so many 3-drops that are replaceable. So like things like Sailor of Means and cards like that are similar cards that are they're not similar effects, but they fill the same slot. Whereas I find Corsair is just the preferable 2-drop. I think it's the best common. So I'm going to lean toward Corsair. You may have noticed throughout these games we've been playing, I have a bit of a thing for Corsair, but given the last match and the last draft, you can probably tell why. This one's not got a whole lot of anything interesting. I think the strongest card is Secrets of the Golden City. I think this Raptor Companion is probably the next best card. Kind of screams about the power level of this pack. So we're just going to go with Secrets. Wow, there's a Luminous Bonds there. This pack's interesting. This pack's interesting, and is Deckmaster going to work? That is the question. I don't rate the 2/5 bird particularly highly. I think it's a good card, but I think there are so many 5-drop flyers. between Rivals and Ixalan that I think they're kind of replaceable. I don't think you necessarily need to be prioritizing that one. In the red, white, and green white decks, I think it's fine, but certainly prefer some of the other ones. This one, Deckmaster still looks a bit wonky. Yeah, probably just gonna have to ignore Deckmaster for this. This one's quite close. We've got Expel from Erazka and Luminous Bonds. Obviously, we're not tied to black at all, so Luminous Bonds is the strongest card. Expel would allow us to cut the colour. Just being able to bounce something or tuck it on top is pretty reasonable. But I think Luminous Bonds is just that much better. Being able to just completely take out something adds to your send count as well, which is great. So I'm going to go with Luminous Bonds here, and it leaves us open into either blue-white or blue-black. This one, there's Jungleborn Pioneer, which is one of the better Merfolk cards, but we do have a Spirewinder. Spirewinder is one of the best Ascend payoff cards. This champion's kind of awkward. Always find that it just doesn't... there's the dinosaurs that you want to block with it. You always end up facing like Colossal Dreadmaws and Tuscadons, and they just trample through it. It's very rare they have big creatures that don't have trample. So in other formats, I think this card would be very, very good. But in this specific one, I don't think it's amazing. So like if you're Chaos Drafting, for example, it'd probably be very good because the quality of the other cards that are around it are going to be just normal creatures rather than creatures with trample. I think the volume of big creatures with trample is higher in this than in most. So yeah, this pack, I'm just going to go with a Spirewinder. Ascend payoff card goes well with our other picks. So this one, Stubborn Sentry and Conquistador are both reasonable picks. I think I have a preference for Conquistadors just to give some kind of card advantage. Stubborn Sentry is fine, but the other Ascend payoff cards are just better. Just having a 3/3 is fine, but picking up Conquistadors is fine. This one, going to pick up the Pterodon, just have access to it. We'll see how we get on with the rest of the pack if we end up needing to play them or not. I don't mind the Gleaming Barriers in these Ascend decks just because it allows you to get extra permanents in play. But I think I'm just going to go with Dust Charger just in case we end up being black. Just another payoff card. Forsaken Sanctuary just to help us splash if we end up needing to. Stone Quarry, same reason, just in case. Not playing any of these, so it doesn't really matter. I'll take a Gleaming Barrier. Okay, so we've got ourselves in a solid Ascend base. Going to be base blue and either be white or black. Probably we've got stronger white cards. So I think white's probably slightly more open given the cards we've seen in theory. So we've still got a Forsaken Sanctuary, so if we had some very high quality cards, we can potentially splash them. This pack's interesting. We've got Time Stream Navigator, which is a very interesting Ascend card. So you can pay 4 and tuck it to Time Walk, essentially, which basically stops you from ever decking if you can do that effectively. So you can activate it in your upkeep every time and then draw it, cast it. So if you've got 6 mana, you can basically go infinite with that, which is quite cool. I really like it in the Ascend decks. I think it's one of the best. I think it's very underrated as an Ascend payoff card. Obviously, just being able to hit with multiple flyers a couple of times is excellent, but there is a Kitesail Corsair, and as we've discussed, Kitesail Corsair is the King Corsair. I think this is pretty close between these two. I think I'm leaning toward this just because of the uniqueness of it. We can pick up more Kitesail Corsairs. We're not going to pick up more Time Stream Navigators, so I'm going to go with that one. Go with a Mythic. Mythics are powerful. This one, got a Mausoleum Harpy, which is obviously a good payoff card in black, and we've got Sky Marcher and Snubhorn Sentry in white. The blue cards are nothing particularly interesting to scream home about. I think my preference is Sky Marcher. As much as the mana's a bit of a push, I think it's just that much better. And then probably looking to take out the black entirely at the moment. So yeah, we'll take the Sky Marcher and see how we get on. Legion Lieutenant as the Vampire payoff card, which we're not in. And no other cards of any real note in any colour. Yeah, this pack's pretty poor overall. I think we'll just pick a... Like, this thing just doesn't do anything. I don't want to pay a 4 mana 2/2 flyer when I'm playing 4 mana 3/4 flyers. I'm just going to pick the Ceratops and I'm not going to be happy about it. This one's got a Reaver Ambush and a Moment of Craving, which are both premium black removal spells. So potentially black is still open, so... we've only really got Luminous Bonds. There's the card that's kind of pushed us into white. There hasn't been a whole lot of black cards though. I think I'm just going to pick the Reaver Ambush here, keep ourselves open. We've already got a Moment of Craving, so let's just pull that back up here. And then obviously we've got a pack full of white cards. This one's just going to be a Conquistador. The second Conquistador just means that the cards are just flowing a little bit more, gives you a bit more card advantage. The second one goes up in value, then 3, 4, 5 are much higher picks as well, so... I'm going to pick the Evolving Wilds because I think we're probably going to splash these 2 black cards. Hoping we can get some Sailor of Means to help us do that, but certainly want to try and do that. Talking of which, here's the boy. Another Pterodon's probably not bad here. At the top, Forsaken Sanctuary is probably great, just means that we don't have to worry too much. We can probably just play 1 Swamp and then we've got multiple sources for these. Probably not playing that Raptor Companion, but we'll see how we get on in deck building. I'm not going to play any of these. Woodland Stream. Another Raptor Companion we're probably not playing, and unplayable card. So it's looking fine. Really just looking for some more consistency. I want more Sailor of Means. I would like another draw spell, so a Pirate's Prize out of this pack would be amazing. And yeah, just kind of want to increase the quality of our cards. Obviously, we're having a splash at the moment, so really just want to try and fine-tune the cards we've got as best we can. We've not got a whole lot of treasure making either, so the splash is a little bit of a push, but... so this pack, we've got Charging Monstrosaur, which is just the best card in the pack. But then we've got Shining Aerosaur, which is on colour for us, so I'm going to pick the Shining Aerosaur. Massive flyer that just kind of pushes over, and that's kind of the reason that I don't mind not picking up Pterodons, because you get these Aerosaurs in pack 3. These cards are all medium, but we did talk about wanting Pirate's Prize, so Pirate's Prize is spot on the money for us. Paladin the Bloodstain's pretty good for us here. Making multiple creatures helps us ascend, and it's a lifelinker as well, just helps us buy time. Shipwreck Looter is probably fine. I think I'm needing this Gleaming Barrier though. Take another Paladin. Makes me a little bit sad that we didn't go Vampires, because there's been a handful of reasonable Vampires that have come through, so... all of these cards are pretty poor. Let's just put this on the board for the time being. Another Conquistador is excellent. Probably don't need another Looter, but let's put it there anyway. Don't need a March. Cool, we'll just get to tidy up the last couple of picks of this. This certainly isn't as strong as the last one. The last one was much more aggressive. This is a much more controlling deck. But I believe that we've got 40 cards as is, so quite low on non-creatures, but I think that's fine. All of our non-creatures are quite impactful, being draw spells, so draw spells or kill spells. Plunderers is slightly awkward, but it's just being able to pump out mana, pump out treasures is going to be reasonable. Try and help us ascend. I think we need the extra power level anyway. Maybe I'm supposed to play this March. Just be able to pick up some extra stuff. Yeah, let's cut the Gleaming Barrier and just kind of go with that. This isn't amazing. I'm not expecting to trophy this one. The last one was certainly capable of it. This one is slightly more awkward, so... Right, well, let's play some games, see how we get on. Let's see how we get on. Thanks everyone for hanging out tonight. We're going to be going for a little bit longer. We'll do the whole of this draft. We might do another one. We'll see how we get on with viewer numbers. If you haven't given me a follow already, I would greatly appreciate it. I'm still trying to build up a little bit of following. We've already managed to hit Twitch affiliates, so that's been pretty good. I've only been streaming since the start of the year. So yeah, we're just trying to get as many people watching as possible. So yeah, it'd be awesome if you could follow if you haven't already. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, and if you've got any offers for improvement, I'm all ears. So yeah, if there's anything you think that we could be doing better, if there's anything that doesn't, video quality, sound quality, anything, just shout, let me know. More than happy to hear your thoughts on how to be able to improve things. Raptor companion, sure. Okay. I'm just going to play out this Paladin. The Vampire token trades with this Raptor really nicely, so don't have to worry too much about that. Take our 2 in the air. Got a Spirewinder to be able to follow up with in a couple of turns. Might just play it out this turn, we'll see what they've got. They've got a Spirewinder of their own. I think I'm fine just attacking with this Paladin. Make this trade if they want to make it. And then loot away something and play the Reaver Ambush on their Winder. That's a strange no block. I think I would have probably taken that block. Discard the planes, play the planes, and exile this thing. Just want to do that just before they play like a moment of triumph. Just want to be able to play around as many of their pump spells as possible, because they're likely to have that kind of effect. Or they have a potential chance of having that kind of effect, which counters our spell, and we don't really want that to happen. They could also have something like Dive Down or Spell Pierce, so there's lots of cards that punish us for doing that when we do, so. What you got? Siren Storm Tamer? Sure thing. So we're up to 7 permanents. We're going to lose at least one here, I think. The Paladin's probably going to trade with the Raptor Companion. But like, we're going to get to play multiple blockers again, so. Wow, seriously, no blocks. That's perfect for me. Play Paladin, make 2 guys, go. Spirewinder's going to come down next turn. Be the biggest thing on the board. Like, the Raptor Companion, no attacks, no blocking, just doesn't really make sense to me. Don't understand why they've not tried to trade off for this Paladin. Like, it's already dealt 6 damage. This Raptor Companion hasn't done anything. Just going to die to more lifelink tokens, so. Sure. I'm an 11. Blocking is for winners. Okay, you got a 1-3. We get to do both these, right? See if this resolves. Let's try and Luminous Bonds this thing, see if they sack the Siren Storm Tamer. We've got dive down. Sure. Okay, no tax. Crack on. Tapped my thingy, that's rude. So I'm going to take 4 in the air here, go to 7. Is this coming in as well? Just 4 in the air, sure. 3 in the air, go to 8. Need to rumble with these guys. Has to make this block now. Bizarre thing to have not made this block before now. Just doesn't make sense to me at all. So like that's 6 damage that you haven't at the moment I think it's 1 above. I don't actually know. I can never remember which way round it is which. I think this is platinum and diamond is a level up, so I think I've still got 1 to go before we get to mythic anyway. Yeah, sure, take it. Go to 4. Ouch. Got another flyer. No, no other flyer. Unless you got one now. Come on. Everdawn champion. Sure, that's GG. We can't. If we attack with the lifelink token, they block with the Everdawn champion. We don't gain the life. Which then means we die to the flyers. So slightly unfortunate draw. We drew a lot of land there, but obviously we're not got as high expectations with this deck. So we'll see how we get on. We just got to keep plundering on. Always fine. Like if we can get a 3/3 out of a deck like this, then I'm fine with it. This hand's fine. Obviously need a double white for the Sky Marcher. Slightly awkward, but Corsair on 2. How can we possibly lose? They have a Nest Robber. No blocking. Would love to draw planes, but if I don't, I'm just going to be able to play the looter, having attacked with the Corsair, and then be able to trade off for this Nest Robber. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how they work the system. All these systems seem to be quite awkward. I'm just going to discard the Sky Marcher because we're just not going to be able to get our double white, and these flyers are going to be more relevant anyway. Yeah, let's trade for this Nest Robber. Take our 2. See if they cast something else. We might Luminous Bonds this thing, or we might just start drawing cards. Obviously, there's another white. Let's play Prize and let's just pass the turn. I think we can trade with this Firebrand easily enough, and then we've obviously got lots of flyers. So if they want to use some kind of trick on this, then that's fine. But like our hand's pretty good, so. Okay, you got a 2. You got a 3/3. Let's go with a 2/5. 2/5, and then we can see what we can do with playing out multiple spells next turn. They're not able to bombard this either, so it's going to need a bounce spell. we would block the Corsair, the Kitesail Corsair, rather than Swaggering Corsair. This smells like some kind of trick, so I'm just not going to bother blocking. Certainly while we've got other options. Okay, they had a bounce spell, that's fine. Just going to run this thing back. Obviously our life total is getting a little bit low, but really can't afford to be two spelling here. Okay, that's going to eat one of these removal spells. So I go to 4. Kill that one. Kill that one. Please stop it. Stop hurting me! The brute is fine. Conquistador can go find friends. Conquistador loves friends. I'm just going to play out this Corsair. Happy enough double blocking there. Just really want to find more land so we can start casting multiple spells per turn comfortably. Don't really want to use this treasure yet. Want to try and ascend so we can take a turn and try and completely stabilize. Yeah, let's just block like this. If we got some sort of trick, then sure. Like if they have the double strike thing, then they get to kill both of these, but then they would kill the Corsair as well, so there's no point throwing that in as well. Bombard, so we're just... Okay, so we're 2 for 2ing. That's fine. Bombard there's okay. I'm okay with that exchange. But that's again the reason why we didn't play out this guy in the first place, because we didn't want this guy to just die to Bombard. Which then has meant they've had to spend their creature and their removal spell to deal with the Therosaur. So it's left us slightly up on tempo. Only slightly, but at this point we'll take whatever we can get. So we're up to 10 permanents, so we're going to ascend next turn. Not sure what their hand is. Pass. Like, they miss so many land drops that they must be spells. But they obviously don't do anything, so we will take it. Win on the board. Yeah, let's keep moving on. Keep moving on. That was definitely a weird game. Maybe they just kind of ran out of gas after having to spend all the resources on that. Not sure. Yeesh. On the play, I think I'll keep this. Like, the secret is going to help us find our land drops, but... Snubborn Sentry, that's fine. That doesn't achieve anything. Skybit Legion, sure. Well, let's just cast Divination. Yeesh, no lands. No lands there, super awkward. Okay, they're on mono white and I'm on mono blue. My hand's not a mono blue hand though, so... If we find a white source next turn, we could potentially be okay, but just by casting multiple Pterodons, but... yeah, not looking good. Not looking good. What? What? Sure. Tilt. The greed has got us, chat. The greed got us. So land spells, ascend, and these things get bigger, and then we concede. That's how that one works. Come on. Wonderful. let's move on. That one, not so hot. That one. My hand was probably a mulligan, but as I've mentioned multiple times before, I really hate mulliganing on in best of one. Just feel like you lose more games to that than not. Similar to the memes, can't lose all these games if you never mulligan. Can't complain. Can't lose to mulligans if you never mulligan. Alright, come on opponents, come fight me. Once the game's up and running again, can someone verify if Deckmaster's working again or not? I know it's kind of been on and off tonight. Just restart it again, see if that makes any difference. I may as well disable Stream Decker because we don't really need that just now. And Blacksmith doesn't actually do anything at the moment either, so may as well go away. Oh, we have Colours of Mana, look at that! How magnificent. Look at that. Dusk Legion Zealot, sure. Direfleet Hoarder, sure. Missing a land drop? If you miss a land drop, oh, 100% exiling this thing. You're not getting a treasure off of that anytime soon. Paladin the Bloodstained, up to 7 permanents. Land would bring us up to 8, 9, 10. So land would make us ascend next turn, which would be amazing. If it's an island, we get to Navigator. Oh yeah, take damage. Yeah, just like that. Ooh boy. Let's just stop this thing from blocking. Jam with squad. Sweet. Our super aggro draw out of our deck. Right, let's try and get let's try and at least get it to break even. That would be amazing. Get a win here, that would be awesome. This hand's pretty good. Getting both Forsaken Sanctuaries just means we're not going to have mana issues at all. Conquistador gets to go find friends. We've got Sailor of Means. Like, this is just about how we drew it up. Corsair of Doom. Conquistador wants to find friends. This island doesn't want to go into play. Oh, what's going on there? Okay, sure. I'd love to go find 2 more. Oh, Sailor of Means of your own. That's rude. Let's loot her. We're probably just throwing away one of these Conquistadors. Not going to be great to try and get through the Sailor of Means. And then we're just going to murder their Corsair because it's clearly the best card in their deck. All Corsairs must die. They've got another Sailor of Means. They're going big. They're going big. Look at this. Look at this. Woofed. Right, okay, now we get to show our dominance here, play our own Kitesail Corsair, and they have no hope of winning from here. Just watch the opponent quiver in fear. Hello, look at that guy. Look at this guy. This guy is the guy. You want to make your Snubborn Sentry fly? That's rude. That's really opponent. Don't do that. Opponent. Oh, they've got a Griffin too. That's gross. Yeah, that's not doing anything, is it? Yeah, attack with that one. Poke. The opponent didn't feel like they needed to worry about our Corsair because they made a better thing. They made a better thing. Oh no. Oh no, we're gonna die too, aren't we? We're gonna die. No. Oh no. That's really bad for us. Oh, that's so bad. Ooh boy. Ooh boy. Oh, I can't cast both of them, can I? Okie doke. We tried and failed, but it's fine. It's fine. It's totally not fine. But we'll go into the next one. We'll try again. As we do. Let's crack a pack, see if we can't get lucky. Let's see if we get Carnage Tyrant of Doom. We got a blasting cannon, so just fodder. But that's fine. That's fine. It's all points towards the vault, and the vault is key. So let's go again. Cool. So we have this pack's a little bit awkward. There's not a whole lot going on. There's a Legion Lieutenant and a Direfleet Poisoner, and a Waterknot, I guess. This one, I'm just going to pick the Poisoner just because it's the monocolored card. Everything else is pretty medium. But this is a removal spell, and it can potentially make another creature removal spell, so it tends to be very good. Goes quite well in blue, black, and red, black. Lots of options there. I'm going to pick the Griffin here. I think this is just one of the better payoff cards. Like the rest of the pack is really poor anyway. Like Martyr of Dusk is like the other good card. So just going to pick this, and if we end up being that, then I'd much rather have access to this than not. Whew, Needletooth Raptor. I'm just going to pick, like, as much as there's a Corsair here, and we know Corsair is the best Corsair, Needletooth Raptor is just a silly card, so as much as this is obviously awkward because of our colours we've picked, we just want to keep ourselves open because some of these cards are ridiculous. Right, so this pack's kind of awkward because the best cards actually Hunt the Weak. Rig Hauler's not amazing. Trailblazer's the worst of the evasive 2-drops. And Hunt the Weak is the best card. Well, yeah, let's go Hunt the Weak. Let's keep ourselves entirely open, see where we get to. Dreadmaw. Dreadmaw's great. Dreadmaw goes right on plan. Thunderherd Migration. Perfect. Never in doubt. We're in dinosaurs. Yeah, Hunt the Weak again. Hunt the Weak again. Sure, we're in dinosaurs. It's fine. We know exactly what we're doing. Armsaur. Tilnally's Crown. Another Dreadmaw. This thing can go away. Sure, chuck one of them in the mix. Bad card. Okay, so obviously, this card's ridiculous. That's really annoying. This card is just nuts. And the other cards in the pack are just not very good, are they? Like, we've got 2 red cards. Oh, let's just pick the Profane Procession and see where we get. Oh, we get past a Tetsamok too. Oh, why did you keep doing this to me, Arena? Why did you keep passing me Tetsamoks? What are you doing? Oh, I have to pick Tetsamok. I can't not pick Tetsamok. I can't not pick Tetsamok. Oh, there's Impale now as well. Black's open. Black is open. Maybe I'm supposed to be green-black. Green-black Splash Profane Procession? That's a Conceer kind of goes in the plan of if we end up not being red. Put the Poisoner in. Pick the Seer. Yeesh. Yeesh. Luminous Bond's a reasonable card. Yeah, let's see how we get on with this. Like, this is obviously going to be slightly awkward just because of where the way we're going, but this pack is just all bad. So another Dreadmaw of Doom. Probably not playing that many Dreadmaws. The fact that there's no lands of our colors either is just kind of triggering, but. Traveler's Amulet, yes please. Foul Orchard, yes please. Potentially worth playing Recover. Right, so let's see what we get here. I don't like Herald. Deeproot Warrior's pretty good early card. Realistically, we just want to make sure we live long enough to be able to cast our 6-drops. So, ooh, Snapping Sailback is great. This card's just ridiculous. Verdant Sun's Avatar. Sure, let's just go big. Let's go frickin' massive. Let's go Wildgrowth Walker and just see if we can pick anything. I think it's pretty similar to Ixali's Keeper, but if we find any other Explorer creatures, it's probably better. Diviner. Yeah, let's pick the Diviner. Just want to make sure we hit land drops. Daggertooth's fine. Put it in the Frillback. Atsukan Archer's great. Another Daggertooth. Keeper. Field of Ruin that we're not going to play. We're not playing any of those. Not playing that one. Okay. Oh. Yikes. Okay, so I need to cut a couple creatures. So what ones are our worst creatures? Wildgrowth Walker we don't have enough payoffs for. And probably don't need the extra Dreadmaw. We definitely don't need that many planes. Like, we've got three white cards, and none of them are necessary to like play the game. We've got Traveler's Amulet, got Thunderherd Migration. I guess it was fine. Actually, like we've got 7/7, so I guess we can play 4 planes. Just make sure we hit everything. Hunt the Weeks with our bigger creatures as well. So this is probably fine. Like Tetsamok's obviously going to be able to win games by itself. Profane Procession's going to be able to do the same. So at that point, this deck can only be so bad. Cool, let's play some games. Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone is well in the part of the world you're in. At the moment, we're playing ranked draft on Magic Arena, and we are playing an Abzan, so green, black, and white deck. Playing Tetsamok, playing Profane Procession. So we're going to see how this goes. We first picked a black card, we second picked a white-blue card, we third picked a red card, and then managed to find ourselves solidly in green-black, and we've got a couple of really good white cards to splash. So I think it was a reasonable draft. Don't think it was the best, but I think this is a keep. We have more green sources than anything else left in our deck, so I think this is fine. Any land lets us cast Impale, so... we can flash in this Poisoner as well, which is great. Would be awesome to find a green source. Never lucky. I'm just going to keep holding this Poisoner until we can try and do something reasonable with it. They've got a Griffin. Sure. So this Griffin can go away, then we're going to hit for 2. They're never going to suspect our hand full of green cards. So we got that going for us. Sure, you can bounce my Poisoner if you want. Not really going to make too much of a difference. Sure. Color mana I tap doesn't really matter. Let's block the red collar. Go 14. Really want some land. Perfect. Just gonna try and get this sail back in, and then we'll do some other stuff afterward. Why are these in your deck? What could you possibly have that you're trying to cast those with? Snapping Sailback. Nom nom. Nom Sailback. Nom nom. Let's play Adskin Archer. Kill your token. Sure. Things that do not matter. Like, you've got 2 03s in play. Like, we're not in any kind of danger of doing that. We've got a 1/4 reach. Play a Dreadmaw and play a Diviner. So up next turn's draw. Hunt the Weak. That one can stay right there. Right there, right on top. Block. Ouch. You got it. You have it, opponent. You have all of it. This is my Dreadmaw of Doom. Yeah, you have a Nezahal, so that's fine. Let us just trade with this Nezahal before they get too many cards. And then we're just going to pick up that Dreadmaw again. Just want to make sure that we've got plenty of stuff. Like, that's a card that can potentially let them out the game, especially if they get to 3 cards in hand. They just get to determine when it's actually dying, when it's not, which I'd really rather they didn't. So. The Dreadmaw of Doom is here. Hello. Sure. That's that's absolutely fine. Like, I don't even have to discard any cards. Right. So I can play the Dreadmaw. I can play a 2-drop. So I can play. Let's start with the Diviner. See if Diviner comes out as a. Leave that one there. That's Kenseer. Daggertooth, go. Cast this one. Gain 5. Right, are we done? Like, this thing is just ridiculous. Yeah, sure. And yeah, for Overhamster, when you were asking about Everdon Champion previously, should be a prime example of why the card isn't amazing. It's just not going to do a whole lot against. It's going to be able to block his Verdant Sun's Avatar, but it's not going to be able to get through just not going to deal with his Dreadmaw at all. So we don't really care about. Like, gets to make some blocks here. This is fine. Like, we get to trade with the Rig Hauler, and they take 1 million. We can sack this Seer to get it back if we need to. But we're just gonna be able to trample on through. So Zitalpa. Sure. Not sure how we deal with Zitalpa. Okay. Not sure what the... I guess we just need to draw to our copy of Profane Procession. Yeah, it's going to fight a Daggertooth so I can gain some life. So we're going to gain 6 life this turn. Then we've got a blocker for the Pterodon. Playing out the land so that when we do draw the Profane Procession, we can activate it as well. So we're going to take 8 here. Oh, yes, please. Down, kitty. Sure. Sure thing. So we've still got Profane Procession to draw to anyway, so like we're in pretty good shape here. I don't need to attack now, just going to wait. Play the waiting game until we draw Profane Procession. Like, they're not doing a whole lot here. We're on 15, they're on 6, so they can't really push us at all. Okay, you've got a heap of them, so that's fine. The old Nezahal Zitalpa deck. Of all things, you know. Yeah, go on, play 2 of them out. Come on, opponent. You can figure it out. Just in case they didn't already know, let's just remind them that it's their move. See how long this takes. Rope, rope, rope. Come on. Oh, come on, opponent. Stop roping. Alright, this would have actually been an interesting conclusion to this game. See what else you have before I draw Profane Procession. Must be a disconnect. Like, the game's still going, so... Oh my word, come on. Okay, well... We'll take the win, but... yeah, we managed to... I think it would have been interesting if they had something else in addition to what they had with our Profane Procession that we'd eventually draw. It would have been interesting to see how that played out. Obviously we have Tetzamok as well, but Tetzamok doesn't actually deal with Zatalpa because Zatalpa's indestructible, so... yeah, we obviously didn't draw 2 best bombs, but we managed to get there anyway, so... Can't complain too much. Let's see what we got. We've got all colours of mana, we've got Luminous Bonds. Seems fine. 2-drop removal spell. Card draw. Fine. Tetzamok, nice to see you, buddy. So, expecting Sailor of Means here. Nothing? Sure. Us missing a land drop's kind of awkward, but they're not doing anything, so... Get to flash in this Poisoner and then potentially bonds whatever creature they play. And we have a manual tapper. Love a manual tapper. Those are my favourite kind of peoples. That thing's not doing anything. Stop it. Smoosh. Smoosh. Why are we manually tapping? Sure. Just gonna recover this thing, just see if we can't hit a land drop. Woohoo! We got there. Oh my god, stop manually tapping. Don't think anything triggers me more than people manually tapping on Arena. Bounce your own Spirewinder. Sure, that's fine. Works for me. Reveal this one. Mark this. Play a 4-2. Go. Oh, you're red as well. That's your problem. Sure. I'm on 14. Come on. Raptor hatchling, sure. Just need to kill off this hatchling so we can try and push in with this frillback. Mark that one. Tuck my archer, sure. Sure. Like, does this achieve anything? I got a 5. So I can block multiple creatures, so yeah, I'll just play 2 blockers. And play a Deep Root Water out. So trade, block, trade. Oh, sure, fine. I didn't draw the land, so that happens. I get super tilted by the people manually tapping. It doesn't matter if it's some kind of bot doing it or if it's an actual person, but the fact that the floating of mana before casting spells just winds me up. Don't know why, it just does. Right, let's see how we get on with another one. 1-1 at the moment. See how we get on. Thanks everyone for hanging out tonight. Oh, number 34 Mythic. Let's see how we get on here. This sounds pretty good. Lands and spells, you know, good stuff. Snubborn Sentry, sure. Just play Deep Root Warrior, it pushes through Snubborn Sentry, so. And the Poisoner will be able to do stuff on the backside anyway. Atsukan Archer can deal with that one, which is awesome. Smush. Atsukan Archer, make Corsair go away. Take my 1 for nothing. Sure. Luminous Bonds the Deep Root Warrior. Sure thing. Not a pilot. That's a shame. Yeah, you saw the line. Well done, you saw the line. Just flash into Poisoner, we get to smash everything, so... Start pushing in some more damage. Yeah, let's kill the flyer. Smoosh for 3. This card's great. Haven't seen this card in a while, actually. It blocks the Poisoner. Yeah, that kind of holds us up a little bit. planes here would be awesome, so that we can find play Dreadmaw and then we can find the Profane Procession to start exiling stuff. That'd be amazing. Would like to cast Profane Procession at some point during this league. You think I've yet to lose a game where I've cast Profane Procession, so yeah, would definitely appreciate doing that. Direfleet Poisoner. Do I want to hunt? I guess I can hunt the Week the Emissary. I think that's fine. I think I'm fine just trading this off for a Sentry now. Yeah, sure. That's kind of awkward. Will you get to gas back up? Where? Oh my god, yep, sure. Dreadmaw, hope it's good enough. Go. Sure. That's not the end of the world for us. Sure, you've got 2 flyers now. No attacks, but want to play out the land just so we can activate this Exali's Keeper next turn as well. Got a 2/5 flyer now as well. Sun Sentinel, sure. Well, that's a good one. Mark that one. Mark that one. Oh, Tetsamok. Tetsamok, Tetsamok, Tetsamok. You do so much work for us, Tetsamok. I love you. Thanks everyone for hanging out tonight. We'll probably just be doing the end of this league, and then that will be us for tonight. Hopefully come back again at some point tomorrow. We'll see how we get on with stuff around the house. If you haven't already given me a follow, we'd greatly appreciate it. I'm still trying to build up follower numbers. We've only just hit Twitch affiliate this week, so would certainly appreciate that. And again, as I've said multiple times, that if you've got any improvements that I can potentially make to the stream, would certainly appreciate your feedback. Always looking to learn and figure out how to make this work slightly better. So if you have any kind of improvements or suggestions, I'm all ears. Right, so they're vampires. As long as we can ramp high enough and hard enough, I think we should be okay. Just gonna play the Atkin Seer. Then we can Thunderherd and Hardy Veteran next turn. Then we can play Verdant Sons the following turn. So we'll have 5 next turn. Then we'll have 6, 7 the following turn. So Verdant Sun should be pretty good against this kind of deck. And then hopefully we just find something like Profane Procession and just go over the top. Block. Conquistador. Sure thing. Yep. I don't have to reveal here, do I? No, I can cast the Hardy Veteran without having revealed. Let's get another plane so that when we do eventually find Profane, we can cast it and activate it. What's my favourite MTG experience so far? GP Birmingham last year was a pretty incredible experience. Watching Gary Henderson win the GP, that was just something absolutely incredible, and I don't think that'll ever be replicated to the same degree. It meant so much to the Scottish community, just the amount that he's been able to do for us over the years. So just being able to see him get some kind of reward for that was just wonderful. Absolutely amazing guy. So yeah, that's definitely one of my highlights of ever. Yeah, Gary. Yeah, it was just brilliant. So yeah, just the screaming, shouting, being the cheerleaders behind him as he was going on in the finals was just something I'll always remember. It was just absolutely amazing. Yeah, I don't think anything could possibly compete with that. There's obviously been a lot of experiences where I've gone to different GPs and just been around some of the Scottish guys. It's been really good. I'd be lying if I said I didn't really enjoy the Pro Tour experience, even though it didn't go according to plan for us. I really enjoyed the competitive nature of that and doing that at that level. And that's something I still striving to try and replicate again, where possible. Not necessarily saying it will be possible for me to do it again, but I'm certainly going to be trying my best to get there. Just the testing process that we did was just amazing there. One of the other, we did a Grand Prix in Barcelona in 2016. That was pretty good as well, where there were about 16 Scottish players. We all got a massive house in Barcelona and basically did a week of testing before the Grand Prix. So Bradley kind of led the sessions, so he has a lot of Pro Tour experience. We had people like Gaz and the like, all with lots of Pro Tour experience. Compared to some of us that haven't. Most of us were novices. Most of us haven't had that exposure yet. So it was good just to kind of see that kind of process going the way it was, and how that kind of works in that environment. So that was really interesting. And yeah, there was lots of alcohol as well. But that's just kind of part and parcel with what we're doing and the game we're playing. So. Could really do with drawing some kind of spells at some point here, because we're in danger of just losing to this Sky Marcher. Feel like we could just start attacking with this Dreadmaw, just trying to kind of want to attack to try and make things die so I can get them back with this avatar and gain some life with the avatar, but at the same time it's just kind of awkward. We're at 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 lands to 8 spells. Sure. Yeah, I know. We're definitely nothing to do with any kind of stereotype at all. I don't know what you mean. No stereotypes going on at all. Don't you worry about it. Yeah, Grand Prix Lille in 2015, where I finished 9th, was absolutely surreal. We went for longer than what I would usually do. We went for I think it was 4 or 5 nights. We turned up quite early. Lille was blisteringly hot that whole week, so it was quite interesting. It was an interesting experience to try and battle through the heat and the sweat. Obviously, as I'm sure you can imagine, a room full of gamers with no air conditioning in 35, 40 degree heat was uncomfortable. But yeah, I managed to do well at that one, so that was a really good experience. Heartbreaking at the same time by missing out on breakers by the kind of margin that I did, but yeah, I mean that's part and parcel of competitive Magic. Those kind of things are going to happen. So yeah, I mean it's only so much you can do with these kind of things. Let's cast this Recover. Let's get this Ixali's Diviner back, as much as it's not amazing. It's going to gain us some life. We're going to get to draw a card, find a Poisoner. Poisoner's fine too. Yeah, 35 degrees in middle of May in Lille was pretty excruciating. So we want to explore first, just in case we find a creature or a spell that then gains us the extra life. Yeah, that was one of the most uncomfortable experiences, that one. Yeah, almost every Grand Prix I think I've ever been to has been a great experience for one reason or another. Whether it's been the actual competition itself or the people, everything's been special. It's just the not winning them or not doing as well as I would like has just meant that I've had moments where I've been like I've expected more of myself and not necessarily done as well as I would have liked to have, which then has meant that I've not enjoyed them as much as I probably should have. You know what, like people are competitive. People like to win. I'm one of those people. I love to win. Don't particularly like losing, and yeah, that was certainly one where. There's certainly been some where I've not done particularly well. Some out with my control, some entirely in my control. That it was my own fault for messing up, things like that. But yeah, there's lots of different things that you can put these things down to, but it's always just about accepting accountability for yourself. A lot of the time, I should have just been doing things slightly differently or slightly better, and that's part of what we're in the game to try and do and try and achieve, try and improve. This is going to be a big attack, isn't it? Yeah, what's the Hammer Skull tapping? I'm assuming it's the Dreadmaw. Yeah, okay. So Flash in the Poisoner. So we go up to 14. Just want to make sure we save the Atsakan Seer so I can rebuy something so we can gain life. Okay, so let's figure out some blocks. So Poisoner's fine, jumping in front of the Queen's Agent. Atsakan Seer can jump in front of there. Avatar in front of the Glorifier. Dagger Tooth in front of here. Deeproot Warrior can trade over here, and then we can just block each of these individually, which would take 5. Take 5 altogether. Assuming they have nothing, I'm assuming they've got something. They've got like the +2/+2. Yeah, like I can't play around that card, so. Yeah, sure, whatever. I can't play around them having cards like that and me just drawing lands, so that happens. It's fine. Let's just win out from here. Would really like to have one game where we draw this Profane Procession, because it would be pretty busted at any single point in time. Yeah, we'd really like to do that, but yeah, let's see what happens. Yeah, sure. On the draw, I'll keep this one. Got the Atsakan Archer to be able to ping something early, so let's just do this early. It's always worth just putting the fear in them. Another Mistcloaked Herald. Those things are going to... Well, one's going to die. Is that coming in as an unblockable thing, or is it coming in as a 2/2? Is the question. As an unblockable thing, sure. So Forest, Atsakan Archer, kill this one. Then we get to Hunt the Weak, another one. Kill that one. Smack you. $14. Sure, they're not achieving a whole lot here, so. Just gonna flash in this Sailback at the end of the turn. Frill Death Spitter, sure. Sail back. Just eat that thing now, it's fine. We'll take a couple, but our Snailback's going to be a 6 power creature. We're on 2 turn clock. Might not even need this Tetsamok because they're going to need something here. Luminous Bonds is going to be sufficient to get them, so. We're still going in. Plowing on in there. Sure. Sure, what are you bouncing? Has to be Sailback. Yep. Sure. Let's just do that to both of those. Let's play the Diviner. Find the land so we can cast the Tetsamok next turn. No attacks. Go. What you got? You got a counter spell, you're dead. Sure. Blocks don't really matter, but I'm just going to block like this so the Tetsamok kills everything. Not that it matters, I drew the land anyway. Bye bye. Nice. Nice. Go on, scoop phase. Yas. Scoop phase, love scoop phase, favorite phase. Cool, up to 3 wins. Onwards, three wins, so at least we break even on this one, but this one deserves better. So obviously the mana's a little bit dodgy, but the actual card quality in our deck is very, very good. So we'd be disappointed if this doesn't get a positive record. This is a snap mulligan. This one's better, even though it's slightly awkward. Never going to draw Forest and die. Never going to draw Forest and die. We drew a Forest. We can't lose now. Right, thrilled to see you. Okay, I'm going to take 2 here. It would be awesome to find another Forest so we can 2-spell. Okay, that's fine. Why would you tap like that? Let's play the Hardy Veteran out. It's the worst one. Okay, vampires are bigger. That's pretty gross. We'll double block the Voracious Vampire. We've got 6 power in the way, so it means we can just trade off things with this quite easily. It's certainly easier to trade off with these tokens than the Menace creature. So just put stuff in the way. Just trying to buy time. That's fine. Play Dreadmaw. Three flyer, that's gross. I think I need to do this just to try and get them to attack so I can sail back. Because if they attack with this vampire token, which they will now, we just get to eat it, so. And this is our path to trying to win, so obviously we take a little bit of damage here, but leaves us in reasonable shape. Sure. And you've got another flyer, so that's not quite lethal. Nothing in there helps. Let's just cast Recover, target the Dagger Tooth, see if we can't find something relevant. Verdant Sun's Ravatar is relevant, so let's just smash for 6. Probably not relevant enough, actually, is it? We're going to take 8 here. Take 8, then I'm only gaining 6. I'm going to gain 5. Really want them to block the Dagger Tooth. No, okay. They might not attack with everything. They might not attack with everything. Wonder what the blue is for. Cool. Yeah, that was just a mulligan dodgy draw. Yeah, not a whole lot we could do about that, but yeah, c'est la vie. Right, let's crack another pack for a wild card here as we do a wrap up. Okay, Deadeye Tracker. Right, well, thanks everyone for watching tonight. Been some reasonable viewer count for most of the stream. If you haven't already followed me, we'd greatly appreciate it. I'll hopefully be streaming again tomorrow, and then be doing a couple of daytime streams later in the week, and then again probably on Sunday. Yeah, hopefully can do a bit more of that. I'm off the next week, so hopefully trying to fit in some of that. Yeah, if you've got any kind of feedback, anything that I can potentially improve on, would love to hear it. So, yeah, thanks for hanging out tonight, everyone. And let me see what we can do with raiding someone. Let's find someone that might need a little bit of a boost that they might not have, seeing as we've got a few people in tonight. Nobody I know, so what can we do? What can we do? What can we do? Why does nobody have any kind of nobody has any kind of filters on? Really difficult to find people. Let's go with this one. Right, thanks again very much. Again, if you haven't followed me, we'd greatly appreciate it. Otherwise, yeah, enjoy watching this guy. No idea who he is. Hopefully he's good. If not, yeah, so be it. But yeah, thanks again for watching, guys. Catch you next time.